People are talking about it as the dog trainer Bible. It's actually like not a single book. It's a collection of ebooks.
Hmm.
So it covers, I mean, basically everything you could think of about dog training, from, choosing the right breed
Yeah, yeah.
to advanced training techniques to health and nutrition.
So it really is like a Bible, just in a digital format.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And I think that's, a lot of people are drawn to that because they realize it's like having a personal dog expert on call 24/7
Right.
whenever they have a question.
For a one-time price versus, going to a trainer over and over, paying those individual session fees.
Exactly. Yeah, and I think that, one of the things that I found really interesting is that they emphasize that it's really important to be prepared before you bring a dog home.
Makes sense.
And they actually have this cool survey
Oh.
that helps you figure out the right breed for your lifestyle.
Ah, okay. So you're not just picking a dog based on looks.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Because we've all seen those, those social media posts of like, oh, I adopted this dog because it was cute. And then like 2 weeks later, it's like, help, my dog is destroying my house.
Right. And that's where it goes when people get so attached to, the aesthetics,
Yeah.
the cuteness.
Right.
And they don't think about, well, what does this dog actually need?
Exactly. What are their needs? Do their needs match up with my lifestyle? And that's, I think, something they emphasize a lot in this program.
Yeah, because that mismatch can really lead to some, problems down the line.
For sure, for both the dog and the owner. And it's not just about, choosing the right breed. It's about like all the things that come with having a dog, from house training to, teaching basic commands to, even handling your dog if you have like a baby coming into the house.
Oh, wow. I didn't think about
They
that.
even have stuff about that.
So they really do get into the nuances of, life changes, how those affect your dog.
Exactly.
Pretty self-care.
Yeah, and one of the things that stood out to me is they have like this whole section on homemade dog food recipes,
Really?
which I was really intrigued by. There are a lot of dog owners out there who are really concerned about
The ingredients.
yeah, the ingredients in commercial dog food, and they want to make sure that their dog is getting, the healthiest, most natural diet possible.
Right, right.
So they really go into detail about, how to make your own dog food.
Interesting. See, that's the kind of stuff I wouldn't have thought of. Like, that's not traditional dog training.
Right, exactly. And I think that's what's so appealing about this program is it really does go beyond the basics. It's not just about, teaching your dog to sit and stay. It's about like really understanding your dog and giving them the best possible care.
Right. I guess it's like taking a holistic approach to dog ownership.
Exactly. And, another thing that really stood out to me is that they talk about the potential consequences of like not being prepared, of going in blind.
Yeah, that's scary.
Like, imagine adopting a dog and not realizing, like, it needs a ton of exercise.
Yeah.
And you live in a tiny apartment.
Right.
Or, like, it sheds a lot.
Uh-huh.
And you're allergic to dogs.
Right. You got to think about all that stuff.
Exactly, yeah. And I think that, sometimes people get so excited about getting a dog that they don't really think through all the potential, like, challenges that come with it.
They just see the cute puppy?
Right. And then like reality hits and it's like, oh, this is actually a lot more work than I thought. Yeah. And then you end up with like, a stressed out dog and a stressed out owner.
Exactly.
Which is what nobody wants.
No, not at all.
So I think that, what they're trying to do with this program is really empower dog owners to like take charge of their dog's well-being and make sure that they're setting themselves up for success.
And that's like for the dog's benefit, but also for yours, right?
Exactly. Yeah. It's a win-win for everybody.
Okay. So we've talked a lot about the philosophy behind the Dog Trainer Bible, the overall approach, but let's get into the nitty gritty.
Okay.
Like, what exactly are these ebooks?
Yeah, good question.
And like, what kind of topics do they cover?
Yeah, so they divide it into 6 main sections.
Okay.
Each one focusing on a different aspect of dog ownership. And I mean, they go into a lot of detail.
Okay, give us like the highlights. What are some of the chapters or topics that really stood out to you?
Okay, so the first section is all about choosing the right breed. Like we talked about, making sure you're getting a dog that's a good fit for your lifestyle. They have like detailed profiles of tons of different breeds.
Wow.
Talking about their temperament, their energy level, their grooming needs.
You said there's that survey in there?
Yeah. So they have like this really cool survey that you can take to help you narrow down the choices
Based on
your lifestyle.
Gotcha. That's cool.
Yeah, it's really helpful.
So you're not just, browsing a bunch of different breeds and being like, oh, that one looks cute.
Right, yeah.
It's actually giving you some guidance.
Exactly. And then there's a whole section on like dog basics for newbies. So if you're a first-time dog owner, or maybe you've had dogs before, but it's been a while, this is a great place to start. They talk about everything from like house training to basic commands to like crate training, socialization.
That's huge.
Yeah, it's really comprehensive.
I bet there's a lot of people who need that, like who think they know.
Right.
but they don't actually.
Yeah, exactly. There are a lot of misconceptions out there about like how to properly train a dog.
Right.
So this really gives you like a solid foundation. And then they have a whole section on dog care.
Okay.
So this is all about like nutrition, exercise, grooming. They even have an ebook dedicated to homemade dog food recipes.
Wow.
Which I think is amazing.
That's really cool. So it's not just like, here's how to train your dog to sit and stay.
Right.
It's like, here's how to take care of your dog's overall well-being.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think that's, what sets this program apart from other dog training programs is that it really takes this holistic approach.
Interesting.
It's not just about the training. It's about the whole dog.
Okay, cool. So you've got choosing the right breed, dog basics for newbies, dog care. What else?
Then they have a whole section on dog training.
Okay.
So this is where they really dive into like specific training techniques.
Huh.
They cover everything from basic obedience to more advanced stuff like agility training, trick training, even like service dog training.
Wow, service dog training. That's pretty intense.
Yeah, I know. It's really cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then they have a section on dog health. So this is all about like common dog ailments, preventative care, first aid.
You never know when you're going to need that first aid.
Right. And then the last section is on dog behavior.
All right.
So this is where they really get into like understanding your dog's behavior and addressing any behavioral problems you might be having.
Like what kind of behavioral problems are we talking about?
So like barking, biting, separation anxiety, aggression, those kind of things that can really make life with a dog challenging.
Right. The stuff that like keeps you up at night.
Exactly. Yeah. So they have a whole bunch of different techniques and strategies for dealing with these kinds of issues.
Okay. So we've got a lot of information here, 6 main sections, each one packed with ebooks covering every aspect of dog ownership.
Yeah.
So what happens when you get overwhelmed? Like you buy this program, you've got all these ebooks. Where do you even start?
Yeah, that's a good question. And I think that's where the bonus materials come in. So in addition to the ebooks, the Dog Trainer Bible also includes a 1.5-hour audio program, which is basically like a condensed version of the ebooks. So you can listen to it on the go, while you're driving, while you're walking your dog, and it just kind of reinforces all the key points from the ebooks.
Okay, so that's good for auditory learners.
Exactly. And then they also include these customizable templates. Yeah, so they have templates for things like tracking your dog's training progress, doing behavior assessments, creating socialization checklists.
I like the sound of that. I like organization.
Yeah, me too.
So it's like they've really thought of everything to make this program as user-friendly as possible.
Yeah, I think so.
And of course, if you want to check out the Dog Trainer Bible for yourself, we've included a link to the product page in the description below. So go ahead and click that and you can see all the details.
Yeah.